Hi, readers. So, this week I've had a chance to read with so many of you in small group, and it was really great because I got to see which strategies we've been using a lot and which strategies maybe we need a little bit more practice with. So, the mini lesson video I posted earlier this week is about doing a triple check. And a triple check is when we try a strategy and then we check it by asking ourselves, does the word I think it is, does that make sense? Does that sound right? And does that look right? So I wanted to do a little check-in by sharing an example of a strategy I saw a lot of us using consistently, but also do a little practice of a strategy that I think as a community we need to try to use a little bit more. So I'm going to return to our book that we had in class, Zelda and Ivy. So let's take a closer look at our anchor chart. What strategies do you use a lot in your reading? Which strategies do you need to use more? Now we're going to practice two strategies, one that I notice my readers use a lot and one we need to practice some more. We're returning to our book, Zelda and Ivy. Let's go back to the chapter, The Runaways. I'm going to read until I get to a word that's a little tricky for me. Chapter 1, The Runaways. Dad's making cucumber sandwiches for lunch, said Ivy. Not again, said Zelda. That's it, I'm running away. Zelda stuffed her lucky jewel, PJs, and, oh no, a tricky word. But thankfully, I learned a lot from my readers this week. One strategy that many of my readers have used a lot is to read the word part by part. How can we read this word part by part? First, let's read the beginning blend. Bl, 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 bl. Ank, ank, blank, blank. Et, et, blanket, blanket, blanket. Now let's crash the parts together and do a slow check. Blanket, blanket. And now let's read across it slowly. Blanket. Now we know blanket looks right, but we still need to check if it makes sense and sounds right. I'm going to start at the beginning of that sentence again. Zelda stuffed her lucky jewel, PJ's blanket, writer's notebook, and an extra pair of socks into her suitcase. Does blanket make sense? Yes. Does blanket sound right? Yep. And we know it looks right. Let's keep reading this page. I'm coming too, said Ivy. She packed her Princess Mimi doll, PJs, tea set, and Go Fish cards. Zelda marched Zelda marched across the backyard. Ivy followed. Zelda, oh no, it's another tricky word. Ugh. You know what? This is a good time to practice a strategy that many of us need to use more in our reading. One strategy I noticed that only some of my readers use is to try it many ways. This means that if you say the word one way and it doesn't work, don't give up. Use other sounds and try the word a few different ways until you solve it the best you can. Now first, when I'm looking at this word, I notice the EA vowel team. So I'm going to try to use the long E sound like in the snap word eat. Spreed, spreed. Does that sound right or make sense? Spreed? No. So as we see, we tried it one way, but it doesn't quite work. Even though we lots of times can use the parts of like another snap word, it doesn't work every single time. So I tried it one way, but it didn't work. What can I do now? Let me try it with the long A sound, because I see the vowel A next to the E. Sprayed, sprayed. Zelda sprayed. I didn't see a hose or anything like that, so I don't know if sprayed would work. I think I might have to try it again. But I can't give up. Let me try the short E sound. Spread. 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 Spread could work. Let me try it in the sentence because that word seems right. Zelda spread her blanket behind the butterfly bush. Great. Does spread make sense? Does spread sound right? Does it look right? Yes, let's finish the page. Zelda spread her blanket behind the butterfly bush. Here's a good spot, she said. We can see the house, but no one in the house can see us. So readers, remember that you have so many strategies to try. Notice which strategies you use a lot and which strategies you can practice even more. I've noticed that my readers overall are really strong with doing strategies like checking the picture and even read it part by part. But just like we practiced today, I think a lot of us need some more practice with trying the sound or trying the word many ways. So now that the video is done, please leave a comment to let me know you watched this video. When you're done with that, go to task 3 for shared reading. Thanks, readers!